In today's video, we will see about BPSK. In this video, you will get all the information related to BPSK, that is mathematical representation, as well as its transmitter, receiver, its constellation diagrams, as well as its what is its bandwidth, what is probability of error. So in one video, you will get all the needed for the BPSK. So BPSK is binary phase shift keying. So this is first thing is that this is a digital modulation technique. So we it is very hard to send the 1 and 0 wirelessly, because they require large bandwidth. So it is needed that 1 and 0 should be sent with the help of sinusoidal carrier. So that's why there are digital modulation techniques. 1 and 0 are called baseband signals, and we are converting them to the band pass signals by multiplying it with the carrier. So first thing is clear that why we are doing the digital modulation, because 1 and 0 are hard to transmit through the wireless channel. So we are taking the help of carrier to send it through the wireless channels. So one of the method in that is a binary phase shift keying. Okay, so binary phase shift keying means here the carrier's phase is changed in accordance with the 1 and 0. So what is the mathematical representation of BPSK? BPSK has this mathematical representation. So st is equal to bt a cos omega ct. So this a cos omega ct is your carrier, which you are getting help of that carrier to transmit what, to transmit this bt is your digital data 1 or 0. Okay, now what is the time period of bt is equal to 0. Bt has the time duration between 0 to tb. So although a cos omega ct has the infinite time duration, so this always you keep in mind that a cos omega ct, this carrier has infinite duration, but you are multiplying it with the bt which has the duration up to tb. That's why the multiplication this have the duration 0 to tb. Now let us, so this is the expression for your what we can say, this is the expression for your BPSK signal. So let us see. So this, you know that omega c is equal to 2 pi fc, so that is equal to 2 pi by tc. So don't get confused with tc and tb. tb is the duration of the bt or the bpsk signal, and tc is the duration of the carrier signal. Okay, so and always keep in mind that tb in practical realization, tb is always kept as ntc. N is integer, tb is always kept as ntc. So this is important. That means if you take 1 by fb is equal to n by fc. Okay, that is fc is equal to that, then you get fc, that means carrier frequency is equal to nfb. So here you make it clear what is tb and what is tc. So what is tb? Tb is this duration, that bt's duration is tb, and what is tc? This carrier's duration is tc. Okay, so let us go further. So what is bt? Bt is obtained through nrz line coder. So what is this nrz line coder? So if you give 1 to this nrz line coder, you will get the waveform like this, which has the duration tb and value +1. If you give 0 to this nrz encoder, it will give you -1 for duration tb. So bt is either +1 for logic 1 or it is -1 for logic 0. Okay, that can be obtained by the nrz line coder. So here the same is explained, that bt is equal to +1 for logic 1 and bt is equal to -1 for logic 0. So how, so let us expand st. St is what? St is your bpsk signal, which is, we have written it as bt a cos omega ct. Let us put the value of bt. Bt is equal to a cos omega ct, duration is 0 to tb. Now tb is clear to you. So for logic 1, and it is minus a cos omega ct for logic 0, because bt is equal to this one for logic 0. So here you can observe that minus a, you can write it as a cos omega ct plus pi. So here is your phase shift keying, that for logic 0 phase is 0, and for for logic 1 phase is 0, and for logic 0 phase is 180 degree. So that's why where is the information embedded? If there is a phase 0, then we can say it is a logic 1. That means information of logic 1 is embedded in the phase. So if it is plus pi, then we can say this is logic 0, so information is again in the phase. That's why it is called binary. That's why it is called phase shift keying. And why binary? Because 1 and 0 are there. Okay, so this is, I think this is clear to you. So let us say let us draw the diagram for the BPSK. Now we have seen digital input. This one is a digital input, and BT is, we know that for 1 we are plotting it as plus 1, and for 0 we are plotting it as minus 1. Now how to plot the BPSK? So BPSK has the duration TB. Okay, BPSK has the duration TB. So, and always TB is equal to NTC. This also keep it in mind. What does this mean? This means that in this duration, that is in this duration TB, there should be integer number of carrier signal cycles. That means the sinusoidal cycle should be integer, 1 2 3 4, anything. It should be integer between this TB. The meaning of this is this one, TB equal to NTC. So in TB, the cycles of the carrier should be integer. So so we have drawn this one. So for 1 we have drawn the sinusoidal here. We have reached here. Now when you reach here, 0 is arrived, so you have to go downward to show the 180 degree phase shift, then go upward, then again you reached here. Again 0 to 1 transition is there, that means again 180 degree phase shift. So these 2 points are 180 degree phase shift. Okay, after that one is there. After that one, after this one there is 1, so the 0 degree phase shift. So here it is not you are not going downward to show the 180 degree phase shift, so this is 0 degree phase shift. So here also from this waveform you can say that up to TB, so here 180 degree, so 0 has, so here 1 is there, 180 degree 0 has achieved, 180 degree 0 has arrived, then again 0 degree 1 is there. So this is phase shift keying. Okay, let us move further. So this is very important, that you should know the energy of ST. So this is required in BPSK, BFSK, and all the modulation technique, digital modulation techniques. So energy of ST is, so what is ST? It is equal to BT A cos omega CT, and BT is equal to plus or minus 1. So I have written it as plus or minus A cos omega CT. What is the duration of BPSK? So what is ST? ST is BPSK signal. So instead of BT, I have written it as plus or minus 1. So plus or minus A cos omega CT, duration is TP. So let us find the energy of BPSK signal. So energy of this is given by, in signal sense systems, you know how to give the energy. EB is equal to 0 to TB mod ST square dt. That is called energy of ST. So notation is EB. EB is the energy of BPSK signal. So let us solve it. So A cos omega t is equal to plus or minus becomes mod, in mod it becomes plus only. So A square cos square omega ct. Then after that A square cos square omega ct is 1 plus cos 2 omega ct divided by 2. Then A square by 2 you have taken here, plus A square by 2 cos 2 omega ct dt. Next we have, what we have done, we have taken the A square by 2 here, and applied the integration 0 to TB dt. Then A square by 2 integration 0 to TB cos 2 omega ct dt. Now integration of cos 2 omega ct is sin 2 omega ct divided by 2 omega c. Okay, so then limits are 0 to TB. So A square TB by 2, EB is equal to A square TB by 2 plus sine, instead of 2, instead of omega c we are writing 2 pi fc. So that becomes, instead of omega c we are writing 2 pi fc. So that becomes 4 pi fct divided by, here what is this, 2 omega c, that is 4 pi fc. So minus sine 0 by 4 pi fc. Next, this is important for all practical application. TB equal to NTC. Then FC we can write it as 1 by TC. So here it becomes TB by TC. TB by TC is equal to integer. How it comes? So TB by TC is equal to N, and here FC, instead of FC we are writing it as TB by TC. So you get as, so TBFC here, TBFC you are getting it as N. So what you got that equal to sine 4 pi FCTB is equal to N divided by 4 pi FC. So you got it as sine 4 pi N is equal to 0. So how you got, because in all practical applications whenever you are doing the DPSK or any modulation technique, this is maintained, TB equal to NTC. So you got this this equal to also 0, because sine 4 pi k is equal to 0. So what you got, energy is equal to EB a square TB by 2. So this you have to remember always for the modulation techniques. It is not necessary to derive every time to this derivation. Whenever there is a cos omega ct in the derivation 0 to TB, you have to write its energy as a square TB by 2. You have to by heart this equation. Okay, so now what becomes a becomes, if you take 2 here, 2 EB divided by TB. So A is equal to 2AB divided by TB. Now you know that dB by TB is power, so that is normalized power. So what you got, that is equal to 2PS. So in many of the books, instead of this, what, instead of this EB, instead of A, they are so we have seen now that ST is equal to plus or minus A cos omega CT. So instead of A, they are writing it as square root of 2 EB by TB or square root of 2 PS. So here is the written that BPSK signal is plus or minus 2 root 2 PS cos omega CT, or plus or minus root 2 EB by TB cos omega CT, or plus or minus A cos omega CT. Okay, plus or minus is for BT, plus 1 minus 1. Okay, so this is important. So you can write A or root 2 PS or root this one. Let us see next, BPSK transmitter. So it is very easy to draw the BPSK transmitter block diagram. So input is a binary data, then bipolar NRZ encoder will convert it to the BT. BT is equal to plus 1 and for logic 1 and minus 1 for logic 0. Then there is a balance modulator. What this balance modulator does, it multiplies the input. So it multiplies BT with you have to give one carrier signal A cos omega CT. Now here this has duration, this carrier has duration up to infinity, but this BT has the duration 0 less than T less than TB. And that's why if you then ST is equal to what, BT into this A cos omega CT. That's why ST has the duration 0 less than T less than TB, which is called build duration also. So although this A cos omega CT has infinite duration, but BT has not infinite duration. So DPS, so what, that BPSK signal will have the duration up to TB. So let us find the bandwidth of BPSK. So for bandwidth of BPSK, BPSK is BTA cos omega CT. Now it is very much clear to you that the duration is TB. So how is the BT? So BT is equal to BT is equal to this one. So BT is equal to what? BT is equal to this one. That is BT is equal to A up to TB. That is your BT. Okay, so that is your BT, or BT is equal to this one, this or this one. So you know that for the rectangular pulse, you have the Fourier transform as sinc. So we are not concerned with the amplitude because we have to find the bandwidth. Now this sinc has the first cut in, zero cut in is as at 1 by TB and minus 1 by TB. So so this is the, this is what, this is the Fourier transform of BT. Now we have so it is not possible to transmit all this waveform because of bandwidth limitation, and main energy is distributed here, so we are transmitting only this one. So so the diagram will be modified as this one. So although it is written, you can draw it as like this also, but just for the simplicity I have drawn it as like this. So for BT equal to minus 1 also, you will get the same Fourier transform like this. But we are not concerned with the amplitude, we are concerned with the frequency. That's why I have not drawn that. So instead of this one, instead of whole this one, we are just approximating it to the only main lobe. So this is the Fourier transform of BT, that means digital signal. Now we are multiplying it in DPSK, sorry, in BPSK we are multiplying it with a cos omega ct. So you know that then if you know the Fourier transform of BT, and if it is multiplied by a cos omega ct, then this signal's Fourier transform become a by 2 b of b. What is capital B? B is the Fourier transform of this one. So this is BF. Okay, so b of f minus fc plus b of f plus fc. So what you have to do, you have to just shift this waveform to fc and minus fc. So we have shifted that waveform to fc. So fc plus 1 by tb, fc minus 1 by tb, and minus fc plus 1 by tb, and minus fc minus 1 by tb. So so this is the waveform for the this is the waveform or Fourier transform for the BPSK signal. Now so what is this fc plus 1 by t? How you are going to compute the bandwidth in either positive side or negative side? You can compute here. For the positive side it will be same as that of negative side. So or we can say that there is no necessity for transmitting the two side bands. Only we are transmitting at one positive portion only. So the bandwidth will be this fc plus 1 by tb minus fc minus 1 by tb. So this is fh fl. So that becomes fc get cancels, you will get 1 by tb. Now 2 by tb, 2 by tb means 2 rb, rb means bit rate. So bandwidth of BPSK is equal to 2 by TB or 2 by RB. So once again I will explain you that we know the rectangular pulse have this Fourier transform. Then we are only approximating it to this one because it is impossible to transmit this whole signal. Then if you multiply this with the sinusoidal signal, then this Fourier transform will be, this Fourier transform will be shifted to fc, will be shifted to fc and minus fc, because omega c is there. So you got the bandwidth. Now let us know about the constellation diagram of BPSK. What is constellation diagram? So constellation diagram means it is a phasor diagram. First thing, you just make it clear that it is a phasor diagram. And in a simple sentence I can say that here you are representing st in terms of phi t. In terms of phi t, you are representing st in terms of phi t. So what is phi t? It is the orthonormal basis function. It is a orthonormal basis function. So phi t has unit energy. Phi t has unit energy. And then another point is that phi t is when you represent st in terms of phi t, you will get only one point. You will get point in the in that constellation diagram. So constellation diagram converts the signal into point. Okay, so now this is also called geometrical representation or signal space representation. Signal space representation. Okay, means you just remember that you have to represent st in terms of phi t. So phi t is a unit energy signal. So let us see what is st. So st is equal to, we have already seen that st is equal to plus 2 raised to eb by tb cos omega ct or minus 2 eb by tb cos omega ct. Now let us write it as st is equal to plus or minus root eb square root of 2 by tb cos omega ct. So we have just done some modification. Why? Because we have to extract this term. Now what is this term? This is equal, this is your phi t, orthonormal basis function. Orthonormal basis function. So you have to remember this also, that orthonormal basis function for the for a cos omega ct, orthonormal basis function for this type of signal, which is st is equal to plus or minus root 2 eb by tb cos omega ct. So for that, orthonormal basis function is root 2 by tb cos omega ct. Now we are saying that this orthonormal basis function has what? Unit energy. So let us find the energy of this signal. So we have already seen that energy eb of a cos omega ct is equal to a square tb by 2. So a square is equal to this one, root 2 by tb, that is equal to 2 by tb square into tb divided by 2. So that becomes, sorry, 2 by tb only, na, because square root is there. So once again, eb of this phi t is equal to 2 tb 80 a square into tb divided by a square tb by 2, na. So 2, so energy is equal to 1. So this phi t has energy equal to 1. It's very simple. In simple language we can say that you have to represent st in terms of phi t, and phi t is this one. So how you get this phi t? So if you want, I can explain that also, but in this video that is not possible. So phi t is equal to orthonormal basis function which has unit energy. Now you have to represent this st in terms of phi t. So from here you get st is equal to plus or minus square root of eb phi t. So in geometrical representation or signal space representation, the axis is this phi t. This is the axis phi t. Only one axis is there. Then origin is there. Then S1t is what? S1t st becomes plus root st is equal to plus or minus root eb phi t. So S1t, let us take S1t for logic 1. S1t is equal to plus root EB phi t. So S1t is plus root EB of phi t. That means you have to go from 0 plus root EB for representing S1t. And S2t is what? Minus root EB phi t. So you have to go minus root EB. Now why these constellation diagrams are important? Because they give you the idea, or they give you the relation or the value of probability of error. Now after that, what is important to you? You have to find this distance d12. That means you have to find the distance between Euclidean distance between logic 1 and logic 0, because S1t corresponds to logic 1 modulated signal and S2t is logic 0. These are BPSK signals only. Okay, so what is the distance? Distance is equal to root EB minus root EB, that is 2 root EB. Now if you take the distance squared, you have to take the distance square, so that becomes 4 EB. And this distance square is nothing but energy difference between S1t and S2t. Right now you have to just remember, you have to compute this Euclidean distance. Okay, so let us see afterwards what is there. So distance between adjacent signal points is called Euclidean distance. Adjacent signal points means what? This is your BPSK for 1 and this is your BPSK for 0. Then the error probability. Now let us find the probability of BPSK. So this is the expression we have derived in optimum filter video, where we have derived that probability of error for the optimum filter or optimum receiver is equal to 1 by 2 error function d12 square by 4 n naught. That's why constellation diagrams are important. So d12 square we have derived, it is at 4 EB. So that is equal to 4 by 4 EB by n naught. So this is the expression for the probability of error in case of BPSK. Now one comment is that if the distance between Euclidean distance between two signals increases, then probability of error decreases, because error complementary error function is a monotonically decreasing function. So if d12, if this distance between as logic 1 and logic 0 BPSK signal increases, then probability of error decreases. So this expression is important. Now in this expression, EB is, you know, EB is equal to A square TB by 2. That is the energy of your BPSK signal. Energy of your BPSK signal. And N naught is noise power spectral density. N naught is noise power spectral density. So this is also written what is TB, what is A, okay, because EB is equal to A square TB by 2. So all this you should know. And naught is your white noise power spectral density, and naught by 2 is there, na, PST. So this is also shows that if EB, that is energy of that BPSK signal, is high, then probability of error is less. N naught should be less, then probability of error should be high, will be high. So EB means signal to noise ratio. Actually it comes as signal to noise ratio, signal energy to noise energy. So let us go to the last part of your BPSK. So that is BPSK receiver. So in BPSK there is only coherent receiver. Coherent receiver. There is no non-coherent receiver. So what is coherent receiver? Coherent receiver is one where you generate the carrier signal at the receiver side, the same carrier as that of transmitter. That is called coherent receiver. Okay, so BPSK is a coherent receiver. BPSK receiver is a coherent receiver. So what is this? How let us explain this block diagram for the BPSK receiver. So here ST is equal to BT, this is the BPSK signal, then BT A cos omega CT, you have given it to the balance modulator, means multiplier. So carrier, the same carrier which is there at the transmitter is generated here at the receiver. That's why it is called coherent receiver. Now after that there is a LTI filter, LTI or optimum receiver or optimum filter, which is integrator. So combination of integrator and the locally generated signal, which is same as that of transmitted signal, that is carrier is same as that of transmitted carrier. That's why this combination is called correlator. Correlator is what? Correlator is correlating with the input received signal. For correlation we are generating this A cos omega CT. So correlator is one type of receiver only. So here correlator is combination of locally generated carrier, locally generated signal, and optimum filter. So this is a correlator. So after that you get YT, that is given to the sampler, which samples at t equal to TB, because at t equal to TB maximum signal amplitude is there. Then decision device is there which has some threshold which will give the output BT. Now so you know that BT is equal to plus or minus 1. Then ST is equal to your BT A cos omega CT. XT, now let us see what is XT. XT is this one. XT is equal to BT A cos omega CT multiplied by A cos omega CT. So XT is equal to A BT A BT cos square omega CT. Next, cos square omega CT is 1 plus cos 2 omega CT divided by 2. So A BT by 2, 1 plus cos 2 omega CT. Then what you are doing? You are integrating it with from 0 to TB. You are integrating it from 0 to TB. So do the integration to obtain the 0 to TB. So you have integrated A BT by 2, 1 plus cos 2 omega CT dt from 0 to TB. So we have already seen that this term becomes 0 because TB equal to NTC. So here no need to again derive it. So YT is equal to A BT by 2 TB. TB is for this 0 to TB, dt is equal to TB. So you got YT is equal to this one. Now you sample it at TB, you will get ABT TB by 2. Then what is lambda? Lambda is equal to so logic 1 is plus 1 and logic 0 is minus 1. Lambda is equal to average of this value. So 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. So that is the threshold value. It's the average of the input BT. So lambda is equal to 0. Now where we are in this block diagram? We are here in this block diagram, YTB. So YTB is compared with this 0 value. and then the decision will be taken. So if so what we get, ytb we got it as abt tb by 2. This ytb is there. So ytb bt is equal to plus or minus 1. So if one logic 1 is transmitted, so if bt is equal to 1, that is logic 1 is transmitted, so ybt becomes atb by 2. So ybt is greater than lambda, which is 0. So decision device says that bt is equal to 1 or logic 1 is transmitted. If bt is equal to bt is equal to minus 1, then ytb is equal to minus atb by 2. So ytb is less than lambda, so decision device will decide that bt is equal to minus 1 or logic 0 is transmitted. So this is the receiver of the VPSK signal.